Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be how your health declines in the relationship. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So, when you were in the narcissistic relationship, I am certain your health took a turn for the worse. Maybe little by little, insidiously, things would start to deteriorate with your physical health. Maybe big things happened. Not exactly sure, only you have those answers, but I can assure you of one thing. The longer you are in a narcissistic relationship, the more likely your physical health will take a hit. It's a fact. It's the way it is. And you may say, well, Andrew, how is that possible? Well, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is when you are constantly walking around on eggshells, or you're experiencing blame shifts, or you're being gaslit, or your sense of reality is being questioned, or you're being stonewalled or ghosted, or you're being given the silent treatment for days on end, or perhaps this person is just flat out abusing you. You're experiencing rage fits. When this goes on day after day, week after week, month after month, perhaps decade after decade, there is no other choice than for your body to break down. Now, I'm not trying to trigger anybody, and I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just letting you know it's what happens, because the human body and the psyche and your spirit and aura and everything about you is meant to live in harmony, in peace. Yes, there are times that things won't go the way you want them to, and these are challenging and difficult times, and sometimes things don't go the way you want. I understand that. But to become living on walking on eggshells for decades or years, it's not healthy, because you're constantly on high alert. You can't decompress. And when you can't decompress, what happens is your body, not only your body, but your spirit, your mind, all of your energy, what happens is it begins to break down because you can't decompress. Meaning, all of a sudden, let's say you're in a relationship for a period of time, and then now perhaps you're getting sick more and more frequently, like you're catching a cold or something, or perhaps you're experiencing pains in parts of your body that you had never experienced before. Example, shoulders, back, arms. Perhaps you developed skin rashes. Perhaps you were losing hair. Perhaps just your will, the way you think and speak was being crushed. I'm certain that happened. Having said all these things, the longer you're in the relationship, the bigger chance of health impacts, negative health impacts on you exist. And the narcissist knows this. And the narcissist, remember, they are negative energy, and you, if you're on the channel, and again, thank you very much for being here, you most likely are positive energy, and the narcissist wanted you to become attached to them and their negative energy. Yes, it's true, post-love bomb stage, which I'll discuss in a moment, but they didn't want you to ever catch on that they were siphoning your energy, your health, your spirit, your looks, your social circle, your job, your friends, your money, everything. They didn't want you to figure this out, but lo and behold, here you are, and you did. Now, I'm not going to get into the length of the narcissistic relationship on this video. I'm just mentioning to you that I'm certain your physical health took a hit or many hits. It's not until, many times, until post-narcissistic relationship that you realize that when your health begins to improve, because many times it does improve. And you may say, well, how does that happen, Andrew? What are you talking about? I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. The further you are away from the toxicity of the narcissistic energy, the sooner your health will return. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I'm letting you know that it's true. It happens. And the reason why that happens is because you now have time to invest in yourself. Play that again. In other words, you're not investing in the relationship with the narcissist, or working for the narcissist, or spinning around like the hamster on a hamster wheel, trying to get that little breadcrumb of hope, trying to get back to that little sliver of euphoric stage. So going back to what I mentioned previously in this video, the narcissist, they knew what they were doing to you the whole time. And what they did when they met you, remember, unless it was a sibling or a family member, they wore a mask. Now, not literally, but figuratively. They portrayed themselves to be somebody that they weren't, to ensnare you in their manipulative games, their manipulative, destructive techniques, because again, you had resources, and your physical health was one of them. You may say again, Andrew, how is that a resource? Really think about it. It is a resource. If you can drive a car, or if you can go skiing, or if you can get on an airplane, or if you can function properly, meaning your physical body, that's good. Many people can't. Many people have health issues. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it was you. You understand what I'm saying here? And I was one of those people. I had many health issues throughout the relationship. Many. But the point is now, post-narcissistic relationship, once you've come through the fire and risen through the ashes like a phoenix, which means you have done and or are doing the healing, you're doing the inner work. Perhaps you are going back to address childhood issues and discover why you were a people pleaser, why you couldn't say the magic word no, why you always said yes, why you put other people in front of yourself. When you do that, and then you combine that with your narcissistic abusive cycle awareness and awakening, in time, in your time, you will heal. And you will heal not only mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, my hope financially also, but I can assure you, your physical ailments that you had in the past, they will improve. Now again, I'm not a doctor, but from firsthand experience, when you have time and energy to place into yourself, the ailments do improve over time. Again, it depends on how serious the ailments are and so on and so on, but I think you understand just from the fact that when the relationship ended, all of a sudden you had a lot of time to place into yourself. It's only natural that your physical well-being should improve. So go back in time when you were with the narcissist in the relationship. Think of all the times that you would have sleepless nights, which affects your physical health. Think of all the times you would wait by the phone and or jump up if they texted you because you were on high alert, because you were on eggshells. And remember, back then when the phone would ring or you would get a text and it was the narcissist, that was your bugle call to stand up at high alert and to do whatever they wanted you to do, because lo and behold, if you didn't answer that phone or text soon, there would be consequences to pay. Remember that? Exactly. So remember, when you're on high alert or walking around on eggshells, or you're in fight or flight 24/7, that's no way to be living life. Fight or flight is a period of time when that should happen to you in extreme circumstances for a brief period of time, and then you calm down. Example, you're in Africa walking around and you're on a tour or something, and all of a sudden you see see a tiger or a lion, and then you have to get out of there fast. Well, that's pretty frightening, right? Exactly, it would be. So that's fight or flight. But then when you get safe and you're like, wow, that was close. My goodness, I'm so lucky, I'm fortunate. Then you decompress and you're healthy again. That's exactly what that's meant to be. It's not meant to be living that way for years. It's not. But that's where the narcissist wants you. Keep in mind, the narcissist wants you in the narcissistic fog. They want you doubting yourself. They want you turning to the narcissist for everyday things like, can I pick up, is that the right brand of peanut butter? Should I put all this gas in the car? Should I pick up the kids now? What? I'm not sure about this. Did I buy the right paper plates? Things like that. That's what they want you doing. They want you questioning yourself, because then you become an extension of the narcissist, and that's where the narcissist wants you. They don't want you thinking for yourself. But the whole time they're doing that, they're bleeding your bank account, they're draining your physical energy, they're instilling the smear campaign behind your back, because you didn't even know this was a narcissist, and all these things are going on behind the scenes, all during the time when you are working for the relationship. And this is when your physical health has setbacks. It's only natural. Imagine, if you will, if you were in a healthy or stable relationship with someone who was reciprocal with you. They really cared about you and they wanted your best interest at heart. It doesn't matter, business, sibling, lover, whomever, friend, it doesn't matter. But when you're in a relationship like that, it's two ways. You receive and you give. When you're in a narcissistic relationship, it is a one-way relationship to Destructionsville, and it benefits the narcissist. It doesn't benefit you. It never has and it never will. And your physical well-being is a huge part of this. So like I mentioned previously, many times it's after the relationship has ended when you're starting to heal every way possible, but your physical well-being is starting to creep up, meaning you can now go for a walk. You can now go for a bike ride. You can play tennis. You can go snowboarding. You can get out of the house for the first time in a while. Or perhaps you had some ailments and you went to the doctor and they're like, no, you're good. The tests are looking much better now. Like, I don't know what you did or didn't do, but you're doing fantastic. I don't think I need to see you anymore. And you're like, oh my goodness, this is great. I am getting better. And why? Do you think it is a coincidence? No, because there's no such thing as a coincidence on this planet. It's because you're not around the toxic negative energy. It's because someone's not putting you down. It's because you're not living on fight or flight. It's because you're not walking around on eggshells. It's because your energy is returning to you, which is your physical health. It's coming back to you. Now, again, I'm going to mention this again. There are many physical ailments that a person can have, and I'm not suggesting that everything's going to come back to you today or tomorrow, but I can assure you, the further away you get from toxic individuals, the more your strength will return in every way. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, financial, whatever other ways you want to say it. It's just the law. It's the way it works. This cannot be altered. So again, example, go back in time when you were with the narcissist and you wanted to do so many things, but you couldn't. Why? Because you physically were unable. Or let's even go down a different rabbit hole for this part. Perhaps you physically were able, but you weren't feeling the best, but maybe you were just mentally unable. You see, you couldn't go on that trip with a narcissist because they were going to hammer you and it would be ruined and you would pay for it and you would regret it. And it's just easier for them to go, so you stay home by yourself and physically heal, emotionally heal, mentally heal, financially heal. Every way you're healing. Do you see what I'm saying here? You see, the negative energy of the narcissist, it exudes out of them and it's meant to suck the life out of you. Play that again. It's a fact. That's why you must go no contact, delete, remove all flying monkeys associated with the narcissist and anybody that has anything to do with the narcissist, and not look back. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed, continue to become awakened and aware. And my hope is your physical well-being is improving. I really sincerely hope it is. I am certain if you've exited the relationship for any length of time, period of time, it's already come back to you in some capacity. Really take a moment and think about the ailments that perhaps you did have compared to where you are right now. I'm certain if you're not improving, you will be soon. And that's my hope. My hope is everybody is out of these relationships, moving forward, living their best life, and healing every way possible. So guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you. Have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, understand the energy from the narcissist, it needs to be shut down, and it cannot enter your life ever again, and it shouldn't be in your life right now. Believe me when I tell you, live your best life, move forward, and become the best version of yourself possible. God bless you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.